All right, welcome DoorGrow property managers to the DoorGrow Show. If you are a property management entrepreneur that wants to add doors, make a difference, increase revenue, help others, impact lives, and you are interested in growing in business and life, and you're open to doing things a bit differently, then you are a DoorGrow property manager. DoorGrow property managers love the opportunities, daily variety, and unique challenges and freedom that property management brings. Many in real estate think you're crazy for doing it. You think they're crazy for not, because you realize that property management is the ultimate high trust gateway to real estate deals, relationships, and residual income. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management business owners and their businesses. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. We're your hosts, property management growth experts, Jason and Sarah Hull, the founder and CEO and the COO of DoorGrow. Now let's get into the show. All right. I'm tripping over my words. Okay. So welcome, everybody. So we were thinking about what to talk about today. And one of the things that I coached clients on this week was in depth was about, oh, I got to turn off notifications. I usually do that before the show. Oh, sorry, everybody. All right, there we go. That's really hard to stay focused. All right. So one of the things I was talking about was this idea of how to escape property management hell. So let's talk about how to escape property management hell. So if you are existing in living in your business and you're not enjoying it and it's frustrating, you've got an entire team and you're wondering why won't they just think for themselves, and you're stressed out and you're tired of dealing with all the escalated situations where your team couldn't handle it, like tenants and owners, and you're still wearing a whole bunch of hats that you don't enjoy wearing. You're still doing a lot of stuff in the business that you really don't wake up in the morning and go, man, I'm excited to do that thing today. Then you might be in property management hell. This is not property management heaven. This is not the place you're supposed to stay. And so if you're not enjoying that, we're going to talk about how to get out of that. And it's not that complicated of a process. We're not going to go into a ton of detail because we don't have a ton of time. Not as in depth as we would on in coaching our clients, but we're gonna give you the high level overview so you can understand that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. All right. Do you want to say anything about it?
Well, why don't you start?
Okay. All right. I Sarah's with me. All right. So okay. So Well, I have a question. So what do you notice with clients that they're doing and what's going on when they are in hell? Like what sort of frustrations and challenges are you hearing?
Oh, they're overwhelmed, they're overworked, they're crazy busy. Most of it is just busy work. It needs to be done, but it's not high level things that a business owner would need to do. They're working lots and lots of hours. Sometimes it might be 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day. Sometimes it's 7 days a week. Yeah. Usually it's at least 6, and then they do a little bit on the 7th day, but they don't really fully get time off, and they're just responding to everything as it comes in, and they're trying to handle everything, and they're frustrated, and they're just very, very stressed out.
Yeah. I was talking with a past client who may probably end up joining our mastermind program. I think we'd worked together 4 or 5 years ago, helped him with his website and some different stuff. And he's been using some of the stuff he learned, and he was really excited to tell me how far he's come. And he's like at 700 units. And I think he was small when he came to me. I don't remember, maybe 50 or something. And so he's really excited about the progress he has. Then he was telling me he's working 17-hour days, some days, like he's working these crazy hours, and he's going through these cycles of growth and like working crazy hard and then stopping the growth so that he can focus on building up the business and operations and doing a lot of the onboarding of the properties. And then he goes back into this cycle, and he hasn't taken a legit vacation since he started the business. And he goes on vacations, but he's on his phone the whole time. He's not totally available. And this is not a sustainable thing. Now, he's just done it through sheer drive and will. To his credit, he's like, nobody will outwork me. This is like a badge of honor for him. And he works incredibly hard. And he's like, that's why he's had more success than any of his competitors, is he's just willing to outwork all of them. And there's definitely something to be said about working hard. There's definitely a time and a season for this. And if all of you or any of you are being lazy, work a little harder. Like do some hard work for a little while to get to that next level. But we want more fulfillment and more freedom. And I wasn't getting a sense from this gentleman that he was experiencing fulfillment and freedom. To me, that sounds like hell. It's like a treadmill that you feel like you've created and you have to keep running on to keep the business going. And he's going to burn out. And, he even mentioned like it's affecting his health, it's affecting his body, and it's probably impacting his relationships, And so a lot of guys get into this stage, and I think women do it as well. Everybody does this in business, where they get into this mode of growth and work and hustle. And that's how we get businesses going. But we have to get to the next level. And what got you to where you are now is not going to help you moving forward. You have to start to get out of the way. And so the way to escape this property management hell, this cycle of endless work and torment, is we need to figure out what help do we need in the business. A lot of people go, well, just offload stuff. Yeah, but how do you know what you actually should offload? Because the big mistake people make is they go hire what they think the business needs, and they keep helping the business. And this gentleman and many others I've talked to have an entire team, and they're still stressing themselves out. You can still be miserable and have an entire team. Some of you listening are like, yeah, that's me. I've got an entire team and I'm miserable, right? So how do we escape that? Here's how we figure out what you need. Because if we instead shift it to figuring out what you need, then this will be a game changer. So the first thing we do is we have our clients do a time study. And we have our clients do a time study. And then
do it.
Okay, I will. Do I have to do it right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We have a sponsor, and I was gonna wait until I had had at least finished one of my points, but we're gonna do it right now because Sarah wants it done right now. All right.
Because we're gonna wrap up in 2 minutes.
Okay. So we have a sponsor, and our sponsor is Vendoroo, which we're getting some great feedback on from clients. So here is what I'm supposed to say, which I think will be interesting. Tired of the constant stress and hassle of maintenance coordination? Meet Vendoroo, your AI-driven in-house maintenance expert that handles work orders from start to finish, triaging, troubleshooting, vendor selection, and coordination, built by property managers for property managers to provide cost-effective and accountable maintenance operations where every dollar is accounted for and every task is handled with unmatched reliability. Vendoroo takes care of the details so you can focus on growth. Schedule a demo today at Vendoroo, vendoroo.ai/doorgrow, and experience maintenance done right. And I'll just add, one of our clients had 80 work orders in his first day of turning Vendoroo, the AI thing, on. He had 80 work orders closed out. Another client had 54 work orders closed out in their first day as well. Like we're in this AI revolution. So I highly recommend you check these guys out. It's very cool. Okay. So back to what I was saying is, here's the strategy. You do a time study. This time study will help you figure out what you're doing every 15 minutes, and you're going to categorize your time based on whether it's tactical or strategic, and you're going to figure out which things are your plus signs or your minus signs. This is we have a whole process for this and a training on how to do this, and you want to do this once a quarter. This will move the business forward more than most anything else that you could do, and it'll help you get out of the way. You do the time study, figure out plus and minus signs, then you create a job description. We call those R docs, because each section starts with an R. And ultimate RDoc job description for yourself and your team members, creates a ton of clarity. And so you get these RDocs created, you create one for yourself, and then you highlight the things that you no longer want to be doing or that are your tactical minus signs, that are the things you're working in the business instead of on the business, which is strategic. And so then you take that and build out a new RDoc for your ideal candidate and hire. And this needs to be a single personality type, not like, oh, I need somebody to do some sales stuff and some accounting stuff and some operations stuff. No, those are weird people called entrepreneurs. Don't do that. Pick one realistic human being that's not entrepreneurial, like a specialist. So that might be a really good executive assistant. And then you'll have a really good job description. Move all of the things on that job description that would be for that person. And then you put that out to the marketplace. Now, if you want to do this correctly, door grow hiring is the game changer. This is where you stop playing Russian roulette and you attract the right personality type for the role so they will actually be good at it, and the right cultural fit so that you will actually trust them. It's not just about finding somebody willing to do the work or that has the skill, but you also need to find somebody that's intelligent enough to be able to learn and adapt to you and to be able to do this. And then if you start building your team this way, you will have a team built around the right person, because you're adjusting yourself every quarter. You're improving yourself every quarter. You're moving closer and closer to your plus signs and more what energizes you. And then you're going to do this with all of your team members. You're going to have them do time studies and identify their strengths and what they enjoy doing. And your team will get better and better. And you will have more fulfillment, more freedom, more contribution, and more support in your business as it grows. And this is the right way to do it. This will change your life. This is going to make you have a business that you actually enjoy being in, that you're less and less involved in over time, and that the only pieces you're still holding on to are the pieces you love. And so this is a business that is built to sell if you do want to exit, because you're systematically exiting from the right pieces of the business. And there's the right accountability. And then you need to get a really good operating system like DoorGrow OS, where you have a good planning system, and you need to get a good operator to run this system and to run the business. And that will legitimately change your life. Having Sarah as an operator changes my life. Anything you'll add to this?
I think aside from the fact that people don't know what an operator is.
Okay.
So let's
explain what that
really,
is.
Really quick, because everyone goes, oh yeah, I'm going to hire somebody for operations, and these are all the things they're going to do. They are not handling tactical work. Your operator is not talking with tenants. Your operator is not talking with your clients. They are not involved in maintenance, rent collection, evictions, owner statements. They don't do any of those things. That is all front line work. And your operator, no one will even know who your operator is, because they don't talk to anybody in the business except for you and your team. They're all back end. So they're very strategically involved in the business, which is very different. So they are responsible for the inner workings of your business and how things are progressing and moving forward. And are you guys running your strategic planning meetings? Are we on track for our weekly goals and our monthly goals, our quarterly goals, and most importantly, our big annual goal? Are we doing daily huddles? Are we attracting the right team members? Do we have the right team members? Do we have the right people in the right seats and the right roles in the business? If not, we need to make some adjustments. Do we have RDocs and job descriptions for every single person? Are they up to date? Are our processes documented? Are they up to date? And are they actually being used? Or do we just have this library of processes that nobody ever looks at? And then we spent hours and hours and hours wasting time because now nobody ever uses them or looks at them, right? So hiring, firing, strategic planning, daily huddles, your team check-ins. How are things going with your team? If you don't know and you're not regularly having these meetings, then you are missing out, because your team will know things that you don't know as soon as you get out of that role and have somebody else fully in it. They're now going to know things that you don't know. So you have to rely on communication with your team to understand, hey, is there some sort of cog that we don't know about now because I don't handle leasing anymore? But is there a big problem with leasing that we can probably shore up somewhere? So these are the things that your operator does. The operator and the CEO, they go together very well. They're like yin and yang. One will balance the other out, but they work hand in hand. And your operator does all of the things back end in the business to make sure that the business is growing and running well and that you have the right team. So your operator, just so you know, has absolutely nothing to do with front end work. They just kind of look over the people who do.
They're not your property manager. They're not your maintenance coordinator.
Nope.
They're probably not they're not your accountant.
No.
They're not, they're not, I don't know what else. They're not a lot of things. They're not your executive assistant.
They don't do move-ins. They don't do move-outs. They don't talk to tenants ever.
Right.
And they don't talk to clients.
No.
Ever.
But they will run your business and they will change your life, right? And this will free you up to be more of a visionary entrepreneur in your business, which is what the business needs. It needs somebody leading, not working. And cool. Preach, Sarah. I'm let her cook. She's going.
I hear it because I hear it all the time. Oh, I need an operator. Great. What are the things they're going to do? Oh, they're going to handle my admin work. They're going to do my leasing. They're going to handle, not an operator. Right. That's not great. Fantastic that's the role that you need. It's not an operator.
Operator is not a worker. They're like, I need a worker. I need a worker to do work. Right. And there's a little confusion there. Okay, cool. So in short, operator is going to help with people, planning, and process in the business. We call those 3 systems that are key part of the super system. So if this is of interest to any of you listening and you would like to get things flowing and working really well in your business and find these game-changing people to build out your team so that you've got the right people to help you grow it, the right people to help you scale it, the right people to help you run it, then reach out to DoorGrow. We would love to coach and support you and help you get your business to the next level. And that's it for today.
Oh, and if you're not yet in our Facebook group, you should check that out.
Oh, yeah. DoorGrowClub.com. Join our Facebook group. All right. Until next time, to our mutual growth. Bye, everyone.
You know, it does the counting right there for you.